All right, let's talk about leadership, specifically a tool that's so powerful it can completely transform your team's culture. But get this, it costs absolutely nothing. We're going to dive into how you can use the simple power of words to motivate, to inspire, and to lead way more effectively. So let's get right into it.
So here's a question pretty much every leader asks at some point. You want to keep your team feeling connected, you want them fired up and engaged, but you don't always have a giant budget for, those big team building events or fancy perks. So what do you do? Well, it turns out the solution might just be hiding in plain sight.
And that solution? It's all about the power of words. Yeah, I'm serious. We're going to explore how the right words, shared consistently, become this incredible and basically free tool that any leader can use to make a massive impact on their team's morale and, ultimately, their performance.
Now, you might be thinking, using quotes, isn't that kind of lazy? But hang on. This isn't about being unoriginal. It's actually a really smart strategy. Think about it. For centuries, brilliant people have been figuring this stuff out and capturing timeless wisdom about teamwork, perseverance, and appreciation. Tapping into that is like having the world's greatest coaches on call, ready to inspire your team at a moment's notice.
Okay, so that all sounds good in theory, right? But how do you actually put it into practice? Let's move from ideas to action and look at a simple toolkit you can start using literally today to weave this into the daily fabric of your team.
And honestly, it is incredibly straightforward. You can kick off your meetings with a great quote to set a positive, productive tone right from the get-go. Or how about this? Add a new rotating quote to your email signature. It's a small touch, but it reinforces your team's values with every single message. Or you could just drop a thought-provoking quote into your team's chat channel each morning to get people thinking. Simple, consistent, and trust me, remarkably effective.
All right, let's dive into the first big area where this makes a huge difference: team engagement. And I'm not just talking about pizza parties here. Fostering real engagement, well, that's about connecting people to the purpose of their work and, just as importantly, to each other.
At the end of the day, here's the secret sauce. Engagement skyrockets when people can actually see how their individual tasks, the things they do every day, connect to the bigger picture. When they feel that their job is important and has meaning, they don't just work for a paycheck. They contribute with real passion.
I mean, who said it better than Michael Jordan? The guy was an unbelievable talent, a legend, but even he knew he couldn't win championships alone. This quote is the perfect reminder that while individual skills are awesome, it's that collaborative spirit, that collective intelligence of the whole group that achieves the truly extraordinary results.
Oh, I love this one from Simon Sinek because it makes such a critical distinction. Look, financial investment gets you compliance. People show up, they do the job. But emotional investment? That's a whole different ballgame. That's where you get true commitment. When your team is emotionally connected to the mission, they don't just want to return, they want to contribute.
This quote paints such a powerful picture, doesn't it? It's the perfect way to think about synergy. One person, sure, they can make a ripple. But a united team? That creates a tidal wave of impact. It's just a fantastic way to remind everyone that your combined efforts are so much more powerful than anything one person could do alone. Okay, let's switch gears to our second key area: appreciation. Because if engagement is about connecting people to the why of their work, appreciation is all about making them feel seen and valued for the how.
Here's an insight from Zig Ziglar that might surprise you. Recognition isn't just some nice to have. He said it's a fundamental human need in the workplace, right up there with having interesting work and being in the loop. That totally reframes things, doesn't it? Appreciation isn't a bonus. It's an essential part of a healthy work environment.
This is so critical for any leader to understand. You can have the best compensation package out there, but if your employees don't feel appreciated, you're at a huge risk of losing them. This makes recognition not just a morale booster, but a core business strategy for retaining your best talent. It sounds so simple, but it is profoundly important. Appreciation that just stays in your head, it has zero impact. The real value is in actually expressing it. So think of this quote as a direct call to action. If you value someone's work, their attitude, their contribution, tell them. Seriously, don't keep it a secret. And here we see appreciation framed as an investment. The time and effort you put into genuinely recognizing your team doesn't just disappear into thin air. It comes back to you in the form of loyalty, increased effort, a more positive atmosphere, and a team that goes the extra mile not because they have to, but because they want to.
So we've explored the why and the how. We've seen that words really are a powerful tool for building engagement and showing appreciation. Now let's bring it all together and talk about turning this knowledge into a consistent leadership practice.
So let's be absolutely clear. This isn't just about sharing nice sayings. It's about strategically using language to reinforce your values, to connect your team to a shared purpose, and to build a culture where everyone feels seen, valued, and motivated. It really is a small action with a truly transformative impact.
So, we'll leave you with this challenge. This isn't just information to be stored. It's a toolkit that's meant to be used. The real question is, which idea, which quote, really resonated with you? And more importantly, which one are you going to put into action with your team, starting today?